Welcome, my friends of the interwebs. This is going to be a video reply to Sailing Manuel. Dude, I feel your pain with the knees. I really do. And if you never listen to anything else I ever say to you, listen to this. I will tell you the nightmarish world that I entered when I had my knee surgery, my first knee surgery. I ended up getting a staph infection. It almost killed me. Consequently, not very much longer than that, I ended up having a heart attack, all at 36 years old. It became an absolute nightmare. But I learned some very important lessons when it comes to things like having surgeries. And I'm not saying you need surgery, but clearly you need to see a doctor that knows what the hell they're talking about. Because if your doctor's telling you that he can't do anything for you and that you just need to lose weight, he's a quack. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I know people that are much bigger than you who've had knee replacements, hip replacements. I'm not even saying that that's what you need, but for a doctor just to dismiss somebody because, they're a little overweight and you're not gigantous. So, I don't know what this doctor was doing. I clearly didn't know what he was talking about. And I'm kind of curious if he was an orthopod or not. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. For anybody that needs to have a surgery that's not emergent, which means that you don't, emergent means you go to the emergency room and they start cutting into you within the next couple hours. That's emergent. But if you have time, say for example, your knees are bothering you, your hips, your ankles, your back, your neck, whatever, shoulder, you know that this is coming on. It's becoming chronic pain. It's becoming debilitating to a certain degree. But you have time. My best advice, and I hope people listen to this because this is very important. This is just life lessons 101. My best advice is for you to seek out the nearest physical therapist. Usually, if you're looking for, you can find physical therapists. Most towns have at least one within driving distance. You go to the place where people are rehabbing their surgeries, okay? Because people who have knee surgeries or even people who have bypass surgeries need to go to a rehab place. So you go in there and you ask for the head therapist, okay? And then you ask that head therapist, well, you don't even ask. What you do is you say, look, I think I've got some problems with my knees and I just would like to know who you recommend as far as an orthopod goes, and because they see all of it. They see all the after effects from each individual surgeon. And I'm here to tell you, in fact, I can remember after my first knee surgery, being in rehab, and I'm a very observant person, so I'm listening to the people that had the same complaints that I had. They were complaining to the therapist, and I remember this one woman, she sounded just like me. I went up to her, I hope you don't think I was eavesdropping, but your doctor so-and-so? And she said, yeah. I said, oh my God, it's the same doctor I have. And, I said, you sound just like me, But then, I would listen to other people who would tell the physical therapist, oh, my doctor's a god. He walks on water. This is the greatest thing ever. And there were people who were acting like that. And I remember asking each one of those people who their doctor was. And they all had the same doctor. So the surgeon that did my surgery, everybody in there was like, he's a freaking quack. And then everybody had the good doctors like, hey, he's the greatest thing in the world. So the physical therapists see the after effects of surgeons. Because listen, let me tell you something. Surgeons are no different than mechanics, or doctors in general are no different than mechanics. You've got good ones, you've got bad ones, you've got so-so ones. Okay? And, that's just a fact. So if a physical therapist is spot on, she'll give you a name or two and say, yeah, these are really good doctors. And then what you do is you go to your primary care physician and you say, hey, can you give me a referral to this doctor? And that's the best way to handle it because you're more likely to get the outcome that you're looking for. I don't know what's wrong with your knees, brother. It sounds to me like maybe it's a meniscus issue, but I'm no doctor. But I will tell you that if you go to a real doctor, you may get, because you know what, nobody needs to live with chronic pain, especially chronic knee pain, not in today's world. I know lots of people who have had knee replacements and it's worked out great for them. I'm then, once again, not even saying that's what you need because I am not a doctor. My only advice, though, is to do that. Go to a physical therapist and say, look, who do you recommend as far as an orthopod goes, which is orthopod is just slang for orthopedist. and see what they have to say, and hopefully they recommend you to somebody that can straighten out your problems. A lot of doctors today, they just shovel pain meds at people because they get paid for that. See, that's the thing about physical therapists, in my opinion. They're the least corrupt. Physical therapists are the least corrupt of all the people that are in the medical field, in my opinion. Well, I shouldn't say all the people, because nurses aren't corrupt, but I mean of that level of care. Because I believe in my heart that most doctors are bought and paid for. I really do, and I've had some bad experiences with doctors, And I tell you, if you're gonna have surgery, especially, it pays to get a good surgeon, because, man, I'll tell you what, if you don't get a good surgeon, you're screwed, because it's just going to cause other problems that are going to cause other problems that are going to cause other problems, which really kind of sucks. I got a friend who's a real big into judo, and he had the same hernia operation that I had. And, he's back to doing judo, working on his black belt. In fact, I think he may even be a black belt now. Whereas there are days when I got so much abdominal pain, I can't hardly move. Now, whether that is because a nerve was damaged, whatever, I don't know. All I know is that I wish I would have had my buddy surgeon, but that was an emergent situation that snowballed into. That's a long story, but if you have time and you can, do that. Go to a physical therapist and see who they recommend, and hopefully they can hook you up with a really good doctor who can straighten out your knees, because chronic pain, and I've dealt with it for a long time now, will work on your psyche, and it will make you into a person that you don't want to be. I know when I'm in a lot of pain, I'm a dick. I just am. So anyway, listen, Sailing, great video. Sounds like you got a great wife. And one more thing. Yeah, YouTube can be a very unhealthy place, and sometimes you just got to cut loose of the channels that are causing stress in your life. And if that's me, cut me loose, brother. Anyway, that's all I got. Hopefully everybody's doing well, and I will see you later.